electronic cameras serving the Nazi broadcasting organization. An unusual sight, yet reality since 1935. Television broadcasts from throughout the Third Reich, along with entertainment programs produced in a tiny studio in Berlin, made up the first regular TV broadcast in the world. But now, in the catacombs of the Berlin Federal Film Archives, 285 rolls of film have been brought to light that bear witness to the medium's early days. This irreplaceable original footage lay stored in the bowels of the archive. There were no copies.
This stock of television material originates from the former Reich Radio Company. Then it passed to the East German State Film Archives. From there, where it lay for years, unusable I'm afraid, it went to the Federal Archives. And now we've reworked the material and systematically copied it onto other media.
The small Berlin studio went on the air 3 times a week. Announcers and performers worked in a tiny scanning cell measuring barely 2 square meters, soundproof and pitch black. The scanner couldn't handle more than a bust, and heavy makeup was essential to provide contrast. This largely mechanical method of transmission supplied only fuzzy images at first. It would take 2 years before live telecasts achieved a better quality picture. To solve the problem, producers opted to pre-record some of their programming on From 1943 onwards, it was all but impossible to sustain daily telecasts. The broadcasting stations were repeatedly damaged by Allied bombing raids. Even the dulcet tones of film star Ilse Werner couldn't disguise the realities of war, so producers concentrated on service programs keyed to the needs of the remaining viewers.
Heil Hitler! 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 Heil Hitler!
Invulnerable, aren't you, obviously? Because that phone line should have been reconnected years ago, as it was reported, and now you're basically scamming my phone line without it being reconnected. Do you want to get my phone line reconnected that I paid 135 quid for years and years ago? That has been reported to BT years and years ago. Do you understand that?
Why not put that camera in your face?
Well, why not? I'm allowed to film. Other neighbours are filming stuff.
No, you can't. I don't agree with it, apparently.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and you're scamming the freaking phone.
No, that's not. You just said it happened years ago.
Yeah, it should have been replaced. The
Where
engineer.
did you know?
Electronic cameras serving the Nazi broadcasting organization. An unusual sight, yet reality since 1935. Television broadcasts from throughout the Third Reich, along with entertainment programs produced in a tiny studio in Berlin, made up the first regular TV broadcast in the world.
I don't know, it's been totally ignored.
Are you still paying the bill?
No, No, it needs reconnected.
Are you still paying the bill?
No, because it's been disconnected. But
Are you still paying the bill?
But I paid line rental and connection charge. Stop repeating yourself over and
I'm asking you the question.
I paid line rental and the
sir.
connection charge. That needs to be connected.
Have you reported a fault?
I've reported that years and years ago to BT, haven't I? And nothing's been done about it, has it?
Are you paying the bill for it?
No, because it's been disconnected, hasn't it?
Well, that's why they won't reconnect it then, will
Yeah, because it's been disconnected because somebody's got the freaking phone line years and years ago, haven't they?
Because you probably didn't pay the bill.
No, because I got detained and the phone line was cut.
All right, sorry. Well, I'm sorry, I don't know about all this.
Well,
it's
yeah,
not something that I can't know.
Scamming the vulnerable, aren't they? Obviously,
No,
yeah.
no one is.
Where are you employed?
Sorry, I work for MJ Quinns.
What, BT Openreach?
No.
Who do you work for?
Who do I work for?
Do you work for Openreach or J Quinns?
I work for MJ Quinns.
Well, that is totally wrong, scamming the vulnerable, cutting the phone line.
When was it cut?
I've already told you time and time again that needs reconnecting.
Several years ago
should never have been. That should never have been disconnected years and years ago.
Several years ago is a long
That is
time.
that is a stolen telephone wire. That wire there, that wire right the way across. I paid for that. That is robbing off me. That needs reconnected. You need to put a separate line to her, and you need to put a separate line to this. That is two separate flats, and I'm going to report that on social media. You're scamming the freaking vulnerable. That's what you're basically doing.
Yeah, it happened several years ago, the fact. Do you mind not doing that? I find it offensive.
That needs two separate phone lines going there. One I've paid for and one the neighbour's paid for. Has a neighbour paid 135 quid for a phone wire to be installed? Because that's how much it costs to install a phone wire, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
So has she paid 135 quid already?
I'm not pointing that camera in the face.
Well, answer the question, has she paid 135 quid? Has she paid 135 quid?
I've no idea.
Well, don't you know on the paperwork?
No, I don't.
Because I paid 135 quid and that's my freaking phone wire there that you've scammed off me. Well, I'm going to put in a legal claim against us, against your company. Do you understand that?
Where are you now?
If he can reconnect that phone line to the...
Be that as it may, the National Radio and Television Organisation ceased operation in the autumn of 1944.
Just wind the window down, please. I reported to your engineer and some other bouncer guys several days ago that they're robbing my phone line. What is the reason in your staff, this McQuinn company, and your methods robbing people's telephone lines and then not following instructions as specific given on the day? What have you got to say for yourself?
It's nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it wasn't you, it was another engineer from your company. Yeah, robbed my phone line several days ago, costing me 135 quid. And you've got this guy pacing about like bouncer trying to stop me filming it. So what's the idea in doing that? And when I got detained several years ago, robbing my phone line before.
What do you want to say?
Well, yeah, I know the name of the director company. It's Mr. Alan O'Prey, though, isn't it? This company's got 3 offices, though, hasn't it? I've done the research on this company. And are you a trainee engineer?
Yeah, trainee, yeah.
Well, they can't even put on the website the hours of work and the wages.
Because you don't have engineers.
I've done the research on the website. They've got 2 vacancies for trainee engineers and fibre optic engineers. They can't even write the hours of work and the wages on the website. It seems like a really dodgy freaking company, it does. What a dodgy freaking company. It should have stayed with BT and you wouldn't be scamming the customers then, would you? Where's your number plate on the front of the vehicle as well? Have you got a damaged freaking number plate? Like, don't tell me it's false number plates as well. Do you know what, I really feel I really feel sorry for you, pal, driving around in a bodged vehicle. I feel sorry for you driving around in a bodged vehicle. Can't they maintain the vehicles properly and teach the staff to stop robbing off other customers' BT lines? Well, this is going to be reported on social media, do you understand that? Why aren't they maintaining the vehicles better as well? You've got a damaged wing mirror there, no number plate at the front. They should be maintaining the vehicles better, shouldn't they? What a dodgy company. What a dodgy company. A dodgy company, obviously. What a dodgy company. What a dodgy company, scamming off the public, stealing their phone lines, and they can't even maintain the vehicles properly. And I've done the research on this company. It's got 3 offices in the UK and can't even put the staff wages on the website and the hours. What a dodgy company. That should have stayed with BT years ago.
Be that as it may, the National Radio and Television Organisation ceased operation in the autumn of 1944. But now, in the catacombs of the Berlin Federal Film Archives, 285 rolls of film have been brought to light that bear witness to the medium's early days. This irreplaceable original footage lay stored in the bowels of the archive. There were no copies.
This stock of television material originates from the former Reich Radio Company. Then it passed to the East German State Film Archives. From there, where it lay for years, unusable I'm afraid, it went to the Federal Archives. And now we've reworked the material and systematically copied it onto other media.
Nazi TV with an Aryan announcer and Heil Hitler greeting. Free from the pressure of ratings, German television on behalf of the Third Reich was on the air 9 years. Be that as it may, the National Radio and Television Organisation ceased operation in the autumn of 1944.
Heil Hitler! Heil Hitler!